Hey guys, what's up? It's Uncle Zonky, and welcome to my 1 to 99 smithing guide. So in this guide, we're going to be going over how to train up to 99 smithing, first of all, as fast as possible, where money isn't as much of a problem, and then after that, a more slow method where you can save a bit of cash and not have to spend hundreds of mils getting to 99 smithing. So first of all, before we get into a lot of the methods of training, here are some helpful items that can really help you out with your smithing. The first thing is the blacksmith set. You can get this either off of Treasure Hunter or for a limited time spending Thaler points from minigames. Secondly is the scroll of efficiency. You can buy this from Dungeoneering, and it has a chance of saving a bar when you're smithing items that take 3 or more bars to create. And one thing to keep in mind before you invest in the scroll of efficiency is a lot of the methods of training smithing don't require crafting items, so you might want to make sure that you've decided to train with a method that requires making items such as adamant plate bodies before you buy the scroll of efficiency. The next thing is the portable forge. This can be really handy for smithing because it provides 10% smithing XP when making most items on the forge, and you have a 10% chance of saving a bar when smithing items that require bars to make. You can buy portable forges off of the Grand Exchange as they're tradable. And finally, if you are smithing and smithing is a bank standing skill, it would be a really good idea to either have an avatar from your clan with you yourself or be near someone else who has an avatar out for the bonus experience you can get from that. Now that we know all the items that can help us out if we're going to train smithing and decide to get them, it's time to get started with smithing. And for the first 29 smithing levels, you don't need to train any smithing at all. All you need to do is the Knight Sword quest. It also requires level 10 mining, which shouldn't be too much of an obstacle to get. But as soon as you have that quest done, all the experience that you get as a reward from the quest will bring you, if you're level 1, all the way up to level 29 smithing, and from that point you only need to craft 52 bronze items using bronze bars to get up to level 30 smithing, or any combination of items. You just need to use 52 bronze bars in total on an anvil, and you're at 30. From 30 to 70 smithing, how you'll be training is in the Artisan's workshop, and this will be making iron ingots tier 3. It takes 11 iron ore per iron ingot to make, and it's pretty good XP, about 95,000 experience per hour with a blacksmith set, and you can do this all the way up to level 70. I'd really recommend training this way, although I will show a cheaper method of training in a couple minutes after this, which you can use as an alternative. But the great thing about iron is, in the Artisan's workshop in general, is you get about 4 minutes of AFK time with every single inventory because it takes a really long time to smith the items, but you gain a lot of experience per item smith, so it's still a very good experience rate. That's the enjoyable part about Artisan's Workshop, is you hardly have to pay any attention at all in order to train this way, making it one of the most AFK things to do in the entire game. If you enjoy Artisans and you want to continue down the expensive route of smithing, the way that you want to go from 70 to 99 is by sticking to Artisan's Workshop, but at level 70 you can make adamant ingots, so you'll be making adamant tier 3 ingots, which are much faster than the iron, at the cost of being much more expensive in GP. But this is the way that you want to go if you enjoy the AFK ability of Artisan's Workshop. If you would rather get the fastest experience possible at the cost of having to pay attention to what you're doing, there is a faster method that we'll talk about but in just a second. But the adamant ingots 3 are 220,000 experience per hour with the blacksmith suit on, so they're very good experience, and you only require a couple clicks every 4 minutes. This is how I personally trained in 99 smithing, and it was awesome. If you would rather train the fastest method possible from 88 to 99, you can stop making adamant ingots tier 3 at the Artisan's Workshop at level 88 and instead start to make adamant plate bodies. So you'll want to be using those portable forges that we talked about earlier, and you want to place them or have a friend place them or join the friends chat portables and go wherever they're going, and you want to use a bank that's directly next to a spot where you can lay down a portable. So a good place to do this is the Lumbridge chest where I'm at, or Barbarian Assault. There's a few chests in game where you can do this, and since you're directly next to the bank and you can withdraw your adamant bars with bank presets, and the anvil is 1 click away, this makes this method incredibly fast to train, and you can get up to 380,000 experience per hour. Also, if you have access to Elf City, you can use crystal tool seeds to make crystal hammers, and when equipped when making items that you smith on a forge, they give you an additional 5% chance to save a bar when creating an item, and this can save you some money in the long run, so I would recommend making a few of them if you do have access to the Elf City and you can make those crystal tools. So if you want to go the cheap route to smithing training, what you need to do first is complete the quest Family Crest, and as a reward for that quest you gain a pair of gauntlets that you can change have different abilities, but you want the gold smelting gauntlets, which increases the experience you get from making gold bars by a lot. And then what you want to do is set up shop right next to a bank booth, just like we showed with the adamant plate bodies, and smelt gold ore in your forge. They can be used for smelting as well as smithing. If you do this, set it right up next to a bank, you'll save yourself a ton of walking time, and that along with the blacksmith suit, where you're getting bonus experience from that as well, it's about 100,000 experience per hour in smithing, which is fairly solid for how cheap this method is. Also, this is obviously nowhere near the level of AFK that Artisan's workshop is, but you do get over a minute per inventory, so it's very relaxing and not very click intensive to train this way. A really solid option for people that don't have a lot of money to spend on smithing. This next method of training requires Elf City in order to do it, so you will have to complete the Plague's End quest before you have access to corrupted ore. Also, corrupted ore is not tradable. You have to get it yourself, which means mining the Saren stones. And since you can only get a couple hundred corrupted ore per hour, since it's not extremely fast to mine, this is probably not going to be a viable way to train from 89 to 99 smithing for most people, unless you do mining past 99. So if you're going for 120 mining, you might as well save up your corrupted ore and do your smithing this way. But corrupted ore is really good experience per hour. It's 280,000 if you wait until the Voice of Saren is on Traherne and you have the blacksmith suit as well. I would recommend to wait for the Voice of Saren before smelting your corrupted ore, and the reason for that is because it makes your ore stretch a lot longer, you get much more experience per ore, and you have to do a lot less mining to collect it. So this is probably the smart way to use the ore, and if you're not planning on going for mining past 99, you can just use any ore you do get when going for 99 mining as a small boost to your smithing XP, but you'll probably have to rely on other methods like adamant plate bodies to eventually reach 99 smithing. Those are all of the main traditional methods that you can use to train your smithing, but one other option, of course, is warbands. Smithing is one out of the 5 warband skills, so if you choose to spend your time doing warbands, looting smithing camps, you can always use that to help out to get 99 smithing. And for those of you that don't want to spend any money on this skill at all, you could use a combination of corrupted ore and warbands to get yourself 99 smithing, and that's one route to go. That's really, really inexpensive. But here's a few examples of how much experience you can get from warbands. For smithing, of course, the experience increases as you level up, but it goes from about 31,000 at level 50 for a full 25 to supplies, to 60,000 level 70, to 100,000 at level 90. So, of course, you're getting a lot of experience from warbands for smithing at the higher levels, and for those of you that are in warbands friends chats or would like to join one in the future, it's one method to think about. That's about going to do it for this smithing guide. Hopefully I was able to provide some good information on how to train smithing, and good luck on reaching 99 or whatever level in smithing is your current goal. Also, if you need any other skill guides, I'll have a link to them on screen as well as in the description. Full playlist with all the skill guides in the game. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time, so thank you for watching, and farewell.